Welcome inside another edition of UNI-TV, where we'll take a look at the news impacting students on the University of Northern Iowa campus and community members here in the Cedar Valley. I'm Nathan Grieve.
And I'm AC Glassford. On this week's show, we look at events happening on campus, check in with some student organizations on campus, we check in with some sports, and much more.
Right now, from the University of Northern Iowa, this is UNI-TV News.
The streets of University Avenue can be a hassle to drive on, especially for people's vehicles. The potholes can cause damage to people's vehicles, which can be very costly. Dakota Funk took a long look into the problem facing University Avenue and how the city is proposing a solution to those problems.
Potholes and other cracks and bumps on the roads of University Avenue have been a major issue for the town of Cedar Falls and Waterloo for a long time now. In fact, according to the Iowa Northland Regional Council of Governments online survey, respondents thought improving University Avenue should be the top priority among local road projects. These issues leave individuals who drive on University Avenue on a daily basis frustrated.
There's basically holes in every lane, and it's really hard with all of the traffic to miss them. Because sometimes, you have potholes in the one lane and you can kind of if there's not a lot of traffic, you can just skew it. But when there's potholes in every lane, you pretty much just have to go through it.
Because she drives a smaller vehicle, Thurman can't even drive the speed limit on University Avenue because her vehicle can't handle the impact of all the potholes.
I have a very small car, so when I hit a pothole, especially the deeper ones, my car, that tire hits the pothole. And it's it affects the whole vehicle, because I'm going pa-donk, and it can be treacherous to smaller vehicles.
There has been some reconstructions done to University Avenue, but nothing major in a long time now. The streets can get very busy, especially during times like these, so individuals who drive on University Avenue may have difficulty avoiding those treacherous potholes.
We've seen cars that have thought they were in accidents and shut down the fuel system because they've hit potholes so hard. We've had cars come in with gas tanks dragging on the ground because the potholes are actually so bad. A lot of broken wheel issues, bent and busted wheels, a lot of blown tires, a lot of suspension damage problems going on this year.
For those who have damaged tires or rims, repairs can be very costly.
One damaged tire could be as little as $100, but on some of these newer cars it could be as much as a $300 repair just for a single tire. And some of the rim damage, even some of the rims nowadays, can be in excess of $500 just for the parts also.
Tuffy's Auto Service sees vehicles come in for repairs from the damaged roads on University Avenue on a daily basis. Because of this year's harsh winter, the road conditions suffered even more, and it's only going to get worse as the weather improves. Major repairs to University Avenue seem to be the only option.
It's better to reroute people to different roads than to have to ruin the citizens, ruin their tires by not doing anything.
I honestly feel terrible for the businesses that are on University because personally I won't drive down the road. Yeah, I feel bad for what that's doing to the businesses that are on that road and wish somebody would do something about it permanently and repair that road.
There's currently a proposed reconstruction plan that was passed by the Cedar Falls City Council last year. That plan would include roundabouts that would replace traffic lights at some of the intersections here on University Avenue. They also plan on reducing street sizes from 6 lanes to 4 lanes. The environmental assessment of the reconstruction project is currently being reviewed by the Federal Highway Administration. Local officials continue to discuss how such a project will be funded. No date for the start of the reconstruction project has been announced, or the final decisions of what they plan on doing. Reporting for UNI-TV, I'm Dakota Funk.
Augusta is traditionally known for hosting the Masters, but on April 16th through the 19th, it was host to the National Collegiate Disc Golf Championships. AC Glassford has the story.
The UNI Disc Golf Club competed at the National Collegiate Disc Golf Championships April 16th through the 19th in Augusta, South Carolina. This year's team had a wide variety of experience, playing for fun and playing competitively.
I've been playing disc golf for a little over a year and a half, I'd say.
I've been playing for 5 years this July.
Most of my life, since about 5 or so. It's right around 5 or 6 years.
Playing competitively, I think I played my first tournament about 6 months into playing, 5 months into playing.
Started really taking it seriously probably 2 years in.
Competitively, probably only about past 6-7 years. This would be my second year mostly. I played a couple of tournaments a couple of years back, but I didn't take it too seriously until about last year.
The team put in a lot of hard work preparing for nationals. The biggest challenge, though, seemed to be fighting the long, cold winter we had here in Cedar Falls.
I'd say we just kind of kept playing, really. There's not much else you can do besides play, and we did a couple of fundraiser tournaments to raise funds, and those were both just really, really cold and really windy, so it wasn't the most fun doing those, but it was still fun preparing for the tournament and just playing.
We got together and threw a lot of practice rounds over the winter, tried to stay in a rhythm and keeping on with putting and driving and staying consistent instead of having to relearn everything this spring.
A lot of it was just putting in the basement throughout the winter. I mean, it was pretty cold, so that's about all we could do. And then it was just getting out whenever it was nice enough. I think the biggest thing was just getting out and playing as much as we could. You know, you're playing multiple rounds a day, doing a lot of walking, so just kind of being in disc golf shape, which isn't a lot of physical shape, but just getting those muscles we needed to really work on prior to the tournament, and you know, getting practice in, just getting out and playing a couple rounds every day.
This winter really hurt. It was cold right up until we left. I think we only had about 3 good days of disc golf before we went down there in shorts and t-shirt.
This winter was especially brutal. It's the most brutal winter I can remember, just being cold. So it made it more difficult to get out and play an entire round. But I still tried getting out, putting, maybe throwing just around a little bit, trying to keep track of my discs without losing too many.
There were a lot of mixed emotions with how well the team thought they played.
I'd say as a team, we played pretty well. We definitely left some strokes out on the course that we feel we definitely should have had. But what can you do, I guess? But it was a really great experience going down to nationals. I really enjoyed the alternate doubles rounds. I personally played the best in those. And then singles day started out okay, and then it got to be raining and windy and cold, and it just was really, really miserable. And we ended up placing 20th overall in the country. We made the cut for everything and played the final 13, and that's the last thing you could possibly make. And by the time we got there, we were too far behind to really make up spots. But it was a fun tournament overall, and I still feel we shot pretty well.
Not as well as we could have. I don't think the courses were not really what we were expecting.
I feel like we could have done a lot better, but I mean, it was, you know, bad weather and just with our preparation for it and everything. But we still played well. We had good rounds. I think as a team, we were all right with it. I think we were a little disappointed. We didn't do a little better than what we wound up with in 20th. I feel like we thought we could be a top team, but you know, we didn't do bad. There's a lot of great competitors there, and I feel like we had a solid showing.
Although the team didn't finish how they would have liked, they still had a good time being around each other.
Oh, we had a really good group of guys. It was a lot of fun, the trip itself. I mean, 3 of us play at a league together and everything, so we're playing every week. All the guys are pretty close, so we had a fun time. whether it be at the course or at night, going out for a couple adult beverages. It was a good time and just kind of relaxing and getting away from school or work for a little bit. It was a really fun trip, and it's something I would highly suggest for anyone looking to kind of get on the UNI Disc Golf Club. That'd be some motivation.
Be sure to look into joining the Disc Golf Club, as you could be representing UNI at Nationals next spring. For UNI-TV, I'm AC Glassford.
I am a future Panther.
I am excited for college.
I am building my skills.
I am trying new things.
I am shaping the future.
I am ready for the real world.
I am a success.
I am UNI.
I am UNI. You can be too. Visit IamUNI.net.
Alpha Zeta Delta recently had their annual Z-Man competition. Nathan Grieve brings us the details.
On April 22nd, I attended sorority Alpha Zeta Delta's Z-Man Challenge. The event, held for autism awareness, pitted several members of UNI's fraternities against each other in trials of song, dance, and other challenges. After beginning with a synchronized dance number, each Z-Man hopeful gave his UNI cheer. Next, the men showcased their talents. Singing was the order of the day, with songs ranging from old standards to newer hits. A question and answer period followed, and the contestants eagerly awaited the results. The People's Choice Award, determined by the amount of donations made to each contestant, went to Joshua Panhoff of Pi Kappa Alpha.
Well, I felt really good. Obviously winning is a wonderful thing, but I think when you add winning for such a good cause and in turn raising money, it just it heightens that feeling 1,000 times.
The overall win went to Garrett Harris, also a Pike.
I like that they use other fraternities to help them out, bringing in our talents to bring in extra people. I feel like it's a lot more involved with the Greek community than some of the others.
AZD Philanthropy Chair Whitney Cook was pleased with the turnout and feels that this event really helps make a difference.
So it's a growing epidemic, and it keeps coming, so it's really important to attribute to it. And we do a lot of our partnership with Autism Speaks, and it's been since 2009, I believe, that we've had that partnership. So it's just a great way to get your name out there, and we've raised over $2 million as a overall nation of Alpha Zeta Deltas for that cause. The plan, it's really great that we can get so many other people involved, whether it's other people part of fraternity and sorority life or non-Greeks, but the fact that we have other guys who will care enough to participate in something because it's voluntary and it's just something to do out of the kindness of their heart.
This has been Nathan Grieve for UNI-TV.
Here at the University of Northern Iowa, student organizations and companies across the Cedar Valley come together to celebrate Mother Earth. For more on this story, here's Luke Hansen.
On the campus of University of Northern Iowa, students gather around Mocker Union to celebrate Earth Day here at UNI. Student organizations and companies across the Cedar Valley join together to help celebrate this bright, sunny day.
So Green Iowa AmeriCorps really focuses on anything energy efficiency or green in any way. So people's bills are smaller in the winter when it's really cold. But obviously when it's nice outside, people start to not worry about that so much. So then we get to do other activities involving energy efficiency and recycling and things like that. So this is something that we love to do.
We are basically just a student group of all in the interior design major, and we just strive to get together, talk about our projects. We do some things in the community. We go to different events. We participate in Earth Day every year and the Festival of Trees here in Cedar Falls. We are involved in Earth Day just to kind of get our name out there on campus. We have little pouches that we made from recycled materials from our resource library that would have been thrown away, but we decided to repurpose them.
We're making reusable bags right now out of old t-shirts that we can no longer pass around on campus. And They look like this.
I do home energy audits for specifically low-income residents and persons with disabilities and veterans. We like to just make sure our focus is also on the education side of the environment and making sure that we're active in our community, helping out with students with some of their projects that help make the earth a little better place. And also just talking with students. Today we got home energy in the form of light bulbs and a bike. Just showing people approximately how hard it is to actually light up a light bulb. We have the full range of technology. We have the incandescents over here, which are 50 watts. And then we have CFLs, which are going to be approximately around 23. And we have LEDs that, I believe these are somewhere around 7 watts. So, going from 50 watts to 7 watts is a big difference, and you definitely feel it on the bike.
Even the Department of Residence came out to help inform students on how they can stay green through the retail and dining centers here at UNI.
And we're here just highlighting some of the things that we do in the stores that are environmentally sound. So some things that we do is we have a reusable mug program. So students can come in with any size mug, any mug they want, and they can get a refill. Other things that we do is in the Union at Chats, we recycle the coffee grounds. And so anybody can come up to Chats and get some coffee grounds, and those are great for your garden, for composting your garden. Other things that we do is in the dining centers we use a takeout container, a to-go container, and so the students can come and do one of the takeout meals with these. And we're also encouraging people to bring in their own bags instead of using the plastic bags in the retails.
Reporting for UNI-TV, I'm Luke Hansen. Stay clean, planet Earth.
Have you ever caught yourself thinking, what am I doing with my college career? What's something actually fun I can get involved in on campus? Look no further than Cedar River Productions, or as many know it as CRP. It's the perfect way to gain experience with on-camera acting, learn how to shoot promotional videos, commercials, or short films, and boost your confidence in editing with Adobe Premiere. Come check out one of our CRP meetings every Thursday at 6 p.m. in the Performance Studio of Lang Hall, or like our Facebook page, Cedar River Productions, for the latest updates.
UNI students and faculty are helping people relax and unwind through their performances of music at 220 East After Work. Olivia Hoddle with the story.
A pilot program at UNI, started by string bass instructor Hunter Capiccioni, is bringing UNI's music program to the masses.
So every Wednesday, we have various faculty and students come down here, and we take about 50 minutes or 45 minutes or so and just play through some stuff. The idea is to get people who are getting off of work at 5 o'clock down here to experience really great music and interact with our students, and to give our students and faculty a chance to interact with people who aren't on campus.
The program, dubbed 220 East After Work for the space it occupies in 220 East 4th Street in Waterloo, is a partnership between the College of Humanities, Arts and Sciences, Cedar Valley Chamber Music, JSA Development, and Main Street Waterloo.
Sort of the idea was to look at downtown Waterloo and see if there were any sort of shops that were closed that they would just let us use until somebody rented it, and we could just hang stuff in and do concerts. And then it just so happened that 220 East had just started, and they were already here and they were already set up, and so we just decided to rent from them instead. The space is beautiful, it's the perfect size.
It's so artistic, it has such great energy to it, and everyone that walks through the door really enjoys the organic feel of the space.
220 East aims to take the music and arts at UNI, which may normally be confined to the campus, and share it with the community. The program has been a draw for UNI performers, and every week 30 to 50 people come through the door to experience what Capiccioni calls short bursts of culture.
UNI students and faculty are always happy to discover this intimate space. It's relaxed. People are free to come and go. Many times the artists have people talking to them, I being one.
It's been great. I have no problem getting performers to do this. Students and faculty are usually in line waiting. They love doing it, and we get a great sort of cross-section of the community. We'll get some really sort of, movers and shakers. We'll get people off the streets who just happen to be walking by. We'll get like people from Hawkeye and UNI students, and they're all here, and I think that's really what the arts are about.
The program is free, though donations are encouraged, and complimentary wine is available to add to the relaxation of the evening.
People coming time and time again. We have environmental engineer who comes every Wednesday, and she's a young professional, and she finds this place, free glass of wine and great music, good conversation, meeting people, what's not to love?
Because Capiccioni will be leaving Iowa to pursue other opportunities, Bembry will take over the project next year. She hopes to utilize technology for next year's events.
We have the brilliance here live, but that we need to stream it so that people can know what's going on and bring more folks to the table that they would want to come to this space.
Bembry sees no shortage of eager musicians to perform for next year's concert series.
Please look for this opportunity. We will definitely have a season for 14-15, and we look forward to seeing everybody here. Come, have some wine, take a relaxing break after work, and enjoy.
For UNI-TV, I'm Olivia Hoddle.
The UNI football team took the field last week to play in their annual spring game. Mike Hudson was there to find out what we can expect for the upcoming season that begins in just a few months.
For more than 125 years, programs in the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences have formed a cornerstone at the University of Northern Iowa. Students can pursue a degree in a range of majors that cater to their interests and provide career preparation. Chaz majors enjoy the best of two worlds, the opportunities and state-of-the-art facilities of a larger university with the connection to faculty and hands-on experience of a smaller school. Together, we can build a foundation that will prepare you for your future.
To Write Love on Her Arms, UNI held their annual Free Hug Day, spreading hope and love to students and community members on campus. Sammy Mallow has the story.
With the arrival of spring comes the echoing sound of Tualoha UNI members exclaiming free hugs from outside the Mocker Union to their fellow students and community members for Free Hug Day.
Free Hug Day is all about just kind of going into by the union and spreading love and joy and good and positive feelings.
Free Hug Day is a day where we stand around the fountain by Mocker Union and give out free hugs to people that will actually accept them and the ones that don't walk away scared.
They just give people hugs because everyone needs a hug. You need 14 hugs a day to feel good. And everyone loves hugs. Hugs are amazing and they make you feel better.
To Write Love on Her Arms UNI is a small, special student organization here on campus.
Tualoha UNI is the University of Northern Iowa's university chapter of the national nonprofit organization To Write Love on Her Arms.
That is a movement dedicated to providing hope and help for people struggling with addiction, depression, self-injury, and suicide.
Free Hug Day, which happens at least once per semester, is an event that Tualoha UNI members look forward to.
I do Free Hug Day because it's so much fun to stand outside the union and to yell at people and to be like, free hugs! It's a great time.
It's just fun. I think it's an easy thing to do that brightens everybody's day.
People run to me with their arms open and they're like, yes, a hug! Because they need more hugs in their life, obviously.
I do Free Hug Day because I love hugs, I love people, and hugs are they're an amazing gift from one person to another.
I do Free Hug Day because I love giving free hugs and I love letting people know that they're not alone, and it's a good way to support everybody on campus.
Amidst the fun of Free Hug Day, not everyone is keen to receive a free hug from a stranger.
My favorite are the excuses that people give, because some people, they're just like, oh, I got a hug yesterday, or stuff like that. It's ridiculous and it's so funny and I love it.
But many people are appreciative of this chance for a free hug.
I had a guy today hug me so hard my back cracked, and then he picked me up and spun me around. So that was pretty fun.
Although many people know Tualoha UNI for their Free Hug Day event, this group keeps busy with many other activities throughout the semester.
We do lots of various things related to any sort of awareness or promotion of mental illness. We've done suicide walks for just an awareness of the suicide walk.
We do Living Your Story, which is where people can talk about their story and what made them who they are. We do Winter Wishes, which is kind of a community building activity.
Anything to promote a more inclusive community and reduce the stigma involved with mental health suffering.
One of the main goals of Tualoha UNI is to build a strong community for its members.
We spread the love. We just try to make people feel good about themselves and let people know that they're loved and they're cared about.
We just are a group of people that like to support one another and show that they're committed to this organization and just giving support.
I think, why shouldn't you join Tualoha? It's one of the few things I've done on campus where everything is so positive and everybody's so kind. Everybody just wants to smile and have a good time and work towards a better campus.
It's a really good, positive environment and atmosphere, and we are here to help support you, and if you want to support other people, this is the place you would go.
I'm really happy that I joined this organization, and I love To Write Love on Her Arms.
Joining this group is easy, and if you do, then you can also give free hugs outside the union.
You can find Tualoha on Facebook. You can find Tualoha on Twitter.
If you come to a meeting, or if you would like to, we have an email list, and you can get emails every week.
You can stop at one of our meetings that are held in the Elm Room at 9 p.m. on Tuesdays, which is in the Mocker Union, or you can come up for a free hug and ask for more information.
This has been Sammy Mallow for UNI-TV.
Many college students boast being able to put down an entire pizza by themselves, myself included, but we all know that that's not cost-effective or healthy. Emily Morrison is in the kitchen with Luke Hansen and will be showing him a twist on the classic dish.
Hi, and welcome to the first edition of Panther Eats. I'm here with college chef Emily Morrison, who's going to teach me how to make a few tasty treats.
Hi, today I'm going to be teaching UNI-TV's Luke Hansen how to make pizza crescent rolls. Then we're going to top it all off with a tasty coleslaw salad. Luke, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Emily, for having me on this tasty food journey.
Let's get started. All right, Luke, we're going to need to start by preheating our oven, and we're going to need to preheat it at 375. So do you want to do that for me?
Alrighty, Emily, sure can.
Thanks.
Alrighty, it's preset, and it's heating up to 375.
You're going to need to start by purchasing some store-bought crescent rolls.
Alrighty.
And they sell them in a tube, commonly 6 to 8 ounces, about 8 crescent rolls a tube. And yeah, so then you're going to roll them out and put them on your pan here. And you're going to need some non-stick foil. I'm using foil. You can also use parchment paper. And you just roll them out, have the triangle facing you. It's the easiest way.
Alrighty, sounds great.
All right, and then you're going to start with some mozzarella cheese. I buy pre-shredded just because it's easier that way. So you're going to take your mozzarella cheese.
Okay.
Will you do that for me?
Sure can.
Fantastic. And
Just
you're going
a
to
pinch?
sprinkle it. Here, I'll show you too on mine.
Alrighty.
We're going to sprinkle it right here on the pizza.
Oh, just right at the bottom. Got it.
Or on the crescent roll. And just make sure it doesn't get on the foil because that just makes it harder to get off.
Okay.
And then you're going to take your oregano.
Ooh, alrighty.
And you're going to sprinkle a little oregano for seasoning. Makes it taste more pizza-like.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
There we
Fantastic.
go. I'll put that back on there for you.
Thanks.
What's the next step, Emily?
The next step is the pepperoni. I got my pepperoni from the local meat market, so we're going to start with that. I usually put about 2 to 3 per crescent roll.
Okay.
However many you like is fine. It just doesn't fit too much.
Alright, so we got 3 pepperonis on there. What would be another option for a vegetarian?
Well, if you're a vegetarian, you could add maybe some peppers, maybe some olives, just your favorite vegetables, and roll them up in there. Just sprinkle them in there.
Alrighty. So the next step would be to roll them up?
Yep, and you're going to start at the end facing us, which is the wider triangle end.
Okay.
And you're just going to try to contain all that and just tuck it in there.
Oh, okay. So it just rolls right into it.
Yep, just like you'd roll a normal crescent.
Oh,
And
well that seems
this is where it
really
gets
easy.
a little more tricky. You want to make sure that these aren't open like that because then the cheese will come out. So you got to fold your edges. You got to tuck them, kind of squish them together.
Well, I think these look delicious. Where'd you
Good.
find this recipe at, Emily?
It was actually on collegerecipes.com.
Ooh, okay.
College Recipes is a great website if you're looking for things to cook as a college student. It's a little cheaper options, quicker options, maybe smaller portions.
Oh, okay, perfect. What would be our next step?
Next step, we're going to add a little bit more oregano to the top just for a little garnish. Like so. I'll let you do yours.
Thank you very much, Emily.
All right, and then another garnish, we're going to add just a little bit of mozzarella cheese. Again, kind of trying to keep it on the crescent.
Just a little pinch on there?
Yep.
Just leave it a little extra cheesy.
Yep. And then
Alrighty.
our oven should be preheated by now, so I'll let you put that in there if you would.
There we go.
All right, Luke, so our pizza crescent rolls are going to take about 11 minutes to cook. So while they're cooking, we can go ahead and get started on our cabbage salad. What do you say?
I'm really excited to try this delicious salad we're about to prepare.
All right, so you're going to start by buying a pre-bagged cabbage slaw from your local supermarket. And then we're going to add some veggies to that. We're going to start with half a cucumber peeled and chopped. So if you want to go ahead and add that.
All right, so we got half cucumber peeled and chopped already. And how big of pieces should we have for our cucumber?
I usually divide it into quarters.
Quarter pieces? Great
Yeah, just about an inch.
And what will we add next to this delicious salad?
Next, you're going to add 1 whole green pepper, chopped and obviously washed.
Alrighty, so.
You want to be sure to wash your produce because it's a good idea.
Alright, that's good enough.
Okay,
Alrighty,
fantastic.
so.
All right, so once you've added that, we're going to go ahead and move on to our dressing.
Ooh.
Our dressing here consists of 4 heaping tablespoons of mayonnaise. And then to that, we're going to add about 1/4 cup of milk.
Okay.
And just so it's dressing consistency.
Okay.
And then you're going to put that in your slaw mix.
Alrighty, so I personally love mayo versus Miracle Whip. How about you, Emily?
I definitely would go for the mayonnaise because the Miracle Whip is just a little too tangy for this salad. We're looking for more of a mild flavor here.
Oh, sounds perfect. Alright, so now we got our salad dressing in there. And is there anything else that we have to do to the salad before it's ready to go?
If you would maybe mix it up with the spatula a little bit, get it a little dispersed.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna...
we did put it in a Tupperware so we can shake it in a sec here.
Okay.
But just so it's a little more evenly spread. And after you've added the dressing, you want to add salt and pepper to taste.
Ooh,
so
love
just
salt and
however
pepper.
much you like.
Alright, how
Maybe
much?
not too much, just go a little.
Just a little, why not? Ah, beautiful.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
so,
maybe a little more pepper.
a little less salt.
Alright, and that's what happens when you have differing food tastes. But
I guess so.
Alright, and then you want to put your lid on there.
Okay, yes, definitely.
Alright, and you want to start, it's easiest to just shake it right in the container. That way it gets all dispersed. Give it a good shake.
Alrighty.
Alright, fantastic. And while you're doing that, I've already chopped up some cherry tomatoes for our mixture too. We just don't add that right away because they're a little more watery, so if you add it with the dressing and everything, it kind of turns it pink, which isn't as appetizing. So we add these last as more of a garnish.
Alright, how long should you mix this for, Emily?
Just till it's all evenly spread. Looks like you're doing a pretty good job. Looks like you're doing a Okay, Luke. Good job, Luke.
Well, thank you, Emily. Very
Really
profound.
great job there.
Looks
look at that.
perfect.
That is perfect.
Looks delicious. A little more pepper in there? No problem. Alrighty, just to make it a little prettier.
Fantastic.
There we
All
go.
right, you want to go ahead and add our cherry tomatoes now? I've already halved them.
Awesome. So we're cutting these in half.
Yeah, I added about probably 15 to 20 cherry tomatoes.
Ooh, I love
halved.
cherry tomatoes. They're so delicious. Now, do we stir these up again?
If you want, yeah, just give it some light stirring. Don't stir too vigorously because again, it's going to turn it that kind of unappetizing pink color.
All right, so we got this. So we got our salad ready to go.
What happens now?
What happens now?
Well, now that we've got our salad ready, should be about time for our rolls to be ready, our pizza crescent rolls.
Perfect. Do we have any dipping sauce that we have?
Oh yeah, we've bought a store-bought can of marinara sauce, and that makes a great dipping sauce. We just heated it up in the microwave. I'll grab that, you grab the crescent rolls, and we'll be ready for dinner.
All right, I am ready to eat on this delicious journey. Actually, I'm going to grab these things. Do you want to go ahead and dish out the salad?
You bet.
There's the crescent rolls. We got to get our nice little oven mitt. They smell delicious. Whew. Gotta be careful on that one. Alrighty.
Hope you like salad, Luke.
I love salad. I love that salad. I'll grab our little handy
those
dandy.
look just beautiful.
Perfect.
Just beautiful.
The marinara is nice and
I got our
hot,
plates
ready for
here.
us.
Here, I'll go ahead and just serve these up.
Delicious. Go ahead and stand over here, get out of your way.
All right, so this can be yours because I
Thank
didn't
you,
touch it.
ma'am.
All right, and here we got our marinara,
Ooh.
and it just makes an excellent dipping sauce.
What would you usually start with for this dish?
I would probably start with a bite of salad just because that's just how I am.
Alrighty. That is good coleslaw salad.
That's excellent.
Bon appetit.
That is delicious.
Great job. Delicious. Well, Emily, thank you very much for having me on this first edition of Panther Eats.
Thanks for joining me, Luke. I hope you use this recipe in your own college experience.
I definitely will. Alrighty, and now back to the studio for more UNI-TV.
Hello, my name is Dwight Watson. I'm the Dean of the College of Education at the University of Northern Iowa. At the University of Northern Iowa, we are excited about preparing teachers and educators and people who provide services throughout the community. Our goal is to educate, serve, and lead. I'm excited about the opportunities that are in my College of Education. If you're interested in becoming a leader, a teacher, or a service provider, come to the University of Northern Iowa.
The library will soon be filled with students cramming for their tests. The computer labs will be filled with people chugging caffeine and pulling all-nighters. That's right, we're talking about finals week. Here's Margot Sturgis to tell us more.
Finals week is quickly approaching, so I met with 3 UNI students to hear their thoughts on the week.
I have 4 finals on finals week. I have 3 finals this week.
I have 0 finals, but I have papers due for each class that are due before finals week or right at the beginning.
I asked them if they get stressed out by finals week.
Not really. Not as much as it used to. Sometimes it stresses me out, sometimes it doesn't.
The week before, because that's when I have to get all my things done for classes.
Lastly, I asked them what they preferred for their finals.
I like projects way better. Papers aren't that bad either, but tests are just kind of a hassle. I would say I prefer tests over final papers.
I prefer papers because it's kind of like an open book test and you don't have to study as much for it.
Whether you have tests, papers, or projects, good luck on your finals this semester. For UNI-TV, I'm Margot Sturgis.
Corey Wagner took a trip to the Cedar Falls Public Library to check out the new Seed Library that's just opened. Here's his report.
I'm at the Cedar Falls Public Library today to learn more about one of the new features at the library, the Seed Library.
The Cedar Falls Seed Library was started as a way to promote gardeners and gardening in the Cedar Valley. We were hoping that people would come in, check out seeds, and then during the harvest bring back some of those seeds, focusing on heirloom varieties.
What got you interested in bringing a seed library to the people of Cedar Falls?
Basically, I've been a gardener for 10 years, and I love growing organically, especially heirloom varieties. Thought it'd be a good idea to bring that to the community. And then myself, along with Diane, another librarian here, Andrew and Jenny, who are community members, decided to get together and hash out a way to do this, and we got it done in just two or 3 months. So I was pretty excited about that. Yeah, it started in April, and it'll be going hopefully into the future.
What kind of seeds are available, and is anyone allowed to check out the seeds?
Yeah, anybody can check out seeds. They just need to register here at the information desk, get a card, and they can check out up to 5 packets of seeds. The seeds we have available are vegetables, herbs, and some flowers. A lot of heirloom varieties.
How do I get in touch with the Seed Library?
We do have a Twitter, I believe, it's like at CFSeedlib, at CFSeedlib. We have a Facebook page, just look up Cedar Falls Seed Library, and then you can go to the Cedar Falls Public Library website to find out more information.
What are the hopes for the future of the Seed Library?
The hope of the Seed Library is that we can get more people in the Cedar Valley gardening, especially with heirloom varieties, which helps promote biodiversity of our food crops, our herb crops, our flower crops. Helps gardening become more sustainable that way. We hope that it can continue years and years into the future, even after I'm gone. We hope that it encourages saving of seeds from people's own gardens and the sharing of seeds. So we can figure out what type of varieties are healthy here. And so if you have a certain, let's say, tomato that grows really well in your garden, maybe somebody else is having trouble with their tomatoes, and that would be a tomato that they could try planting, would be really healthy in their garden. The Cedar Falls Seed Library is located at the Cedar Falls Public Library. It is free and open to all the public. You can come in and register at the Cedar Falls Public Library Information Desk, get your registration card, fill out your name and email address, and then pick out your seeds, up to 5 packets per person, and we'll see if there's any more after that.
Thank you for letting me come find out more about the Cedar Falls Seed Library. Any final words for the UNI-TV audience?
Cedar Falls Seed Library will be at the May 3rd Farmers Market, the Overland Park Farmers Market. We will have all sorts of classes, workshops, speakers, movies, and other things and activities for people throughout the growing season.
I am a future Panther.
I am ready to transfer.
I am building my skills.
I am social networking.
I am investing in my future. I am challenging my students.
I am running my own business. I am UNI.
I am UNI. You can be too. Visit IamUNI.net.
The polar plunge for Landon has been popping up on everyone's timeline. Here's Zach Wright with more about Landon and his cause.
When you hear of someone having stage 4 brain cancer, whom do you imagine? In the case of 5-month-old Landon Shaw, this is his reality. Although he is a strong fighter, he is not fighting alone. Brady Kalo is one of thousands who have jumped in so far.
A buddy of mine from class called me out over Facebook to jump into freezing cold water to do the plunge for Landon, a 5-month-old baby boy with cancer.
Although he only donated about $15, he still feels his contributions will help the family.
I think I did. I know my buddy said he'd donate $5 if I jumped in, so there's $5 extra that can help go towards the cause of figuring out Landon's brain cancer or family funds. About $5 a person is what people have been challenging over Facebook, and I've donated $5 for the 3 people that I challenged who all jumped into the water within 24 hours of me calling them out.
What started out as a competition on Facebook evolved into a nationwide effort to help raise funds to assist Landon's family with medical expenses. This competition is called Polar Plunge for Landon. The person selected to plunge must run into very cold water, record it, and post it on Facebook. That person then selects at least 3 more participants. Everyone, including Missouri Congressman Sam Graves, is jumping in to show their support for Landon and his family.
Hi, I'm Congressman Sam Graves. It's April 2nd, and I'm here in Washington, D.C. on the Potomac in the shadow of the Capitol. And what we're doing is raising money for Landon Shaw, who's a 5-month-old, and you go out and do that. Now, if you want to just donate $100 on your own, that's fine too, but you document it, and we'll do it. So, please join in.
The Plunge for Landon Facebook page has reached 52,000 and counting. The plunge alone has helped raise over $65,000. This goes to show you that there's a silver lining when human compassion is integrated with technology. All right, that wraps up my story for UNI-TV. I'm Zach Wright. Here's to you, Landon.
If you're looking for tips for studying or just looking for a nice quiet place to study, Mike Lieb has some tips for you.
Finals week is here and studying is most certainly crucial for success. From the library to designated study areas and various spots all over campus, students have many choices when it comes to just where to cram for those tests.
Personally, I like the library because it's just quiet and I can get a lot of stuff done here. There's a lot of resources to take advantage of.
I like the main floor of the Union. It's loud enough to keep me awake, and then sometimes I see people, so it breaks up the monotony.
Probably anywhere in the Union. It's usually fairly quiet in here, and I don't know, I'm not at home, so there's not that many distractions.
In my office in the BRC, a very little known building on the southwest corner of University and College.
Even the residence halls can be a popular place to study.
My favorite place to study is probably my floor's lounge. Just come in here, hang out, sit at the table, and crank out some studying. So,
of course, people all have different ways to stay focused and motivated to their studies.
I study for probably 4 hours at a time usually, and then I get too distracted and I have to leave or change spots. I get up every once in a while and do a lap around the library just so I can keep moving and not falling asleep.
I drink a lot of water when I need to stay awake. Caffeine doesn't really do it for me, so constant bathroom breaks.
I personally drink coffee, a lot of coffee. So that and the mom being on my rear about grades.
Music without words and some caffeine, and usually the imminence of failure in the next hour if I don't get my studying done.
With finals in full bloom, here is some advice on how to ace the big tests.
Yeah, a lot of late nights, a lot of coffee, knocking out over time, just asking other people questions. If I have questions, going to my professors and doing all that whole shenanigans.
Just start studying this week so I don't get behind and have to cram everything.
Study way beforehand, don't wait till the last minute. Always keep focused.
Yeah, it wouldn't take any from me.
And that wraps it up for another semester of UNI-TV. We certainly hope that you've enjoyed watching the news as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. I'm Nathan Grieve.
And I'm AC Glassford. Have a good summer, and we'll see you back in the fall.